So, I finished reading Dragonslayer just a few weeks ago. In this video, I will be providing my opinion on it and how I think it could have done better. Major spoilers for Dragonslayer Legends, so if you haven't read it and don't want anything ruined, it's a great time to click away. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. Obviously, you can have your own, and I would like to hear it in the comments. Now, without further ado, let's get started with the video. First, I would like to review Dragonslayer's overall concept. So, unlike many, I actually like the concept of a Wings of Fire book about the interactions between humans and dragons. Tui couldn't just add humans to her universe and not do anything with them. Dragonslayer is a nice change of pace from things like How to Train Your Dragon. Most dragon books have the humans being the dominant species, or at least being at war with the dragons. However, Dragonslayer describes a world where humans live in fear of dragons and must get around on a primarily dragon-ruled continent. Next, I will discuss the plot and pacing. I really like the plot of Dragonslayer. The three heroes, from completely different backgrounds, cross paths with dragons in strange new ways and must work together to unbox lies about the nature of dragons. However, what is not cool is the pacing and plot execution. For the first half of the book, the characters' stories are relatively unconnected, and most of it is set up for the second half of the book. Sure, a bit of setup is necessary to explain the characters, their personalities, and how they got those personalities. But was it really necessary to spend several pages on sky adoring snails? No, it was not. However, the pacing rapidly changes when Leaf infiltrates Scarlet's palace, gets captured, gets freed, goes to Valor, meets Ivy, sneaks out with Stone, gives Sunny the Sinwing treasure, goes to Burn's palace to find Rose, finds Rose, flies away to find his sister, goes back to Burn's palace to rescue Ivy and Stone, meets his sister again in Valor, dethrones the Dragonslayer, and heads back to Talisman. Wow, that was a mouthful, and it all only happens over a span of about 100 pages. At this point in the book, the slow pacing at the start is totally abandoned. It is just one thing after another. It is even harder to keep track of the characters, where they are, and what they are doing. Dragonslayer's pacing is the wackiest I've ever read, and the otherwise good plot suffers for it. Now, I will address the endless references to the first 5 Wings of Fire books. This does more harm than it does good. Having scavengers constantly dropping into the story of the Dragonets of Destiny without rhyme or reason is very bad. As a super edition, Dragonslayer should be able to stand by itself and not have to be supported by the other books. Take Darkstalker, the first super edition of Wings of Fire. I could have read that without having read any other Wings of Fire content. I think that the reason many like Darkstalker Legends is that it has a self-contained story. I cannot say the same for Dragonslayer. Last but not least, we have the characters. I love the characters, their growth, and how they interact with each other. Tui did a great job of intertwining their stories, even though none of them meet each other until the second half of the book. All the characters help each other grow and learn. The finale concludes the character arcs of all 3 protagonists. Leaf learns that dragons aren't bloodthirsty monsters, while Ren learns that not all humans are bad, and Ivy learns that there is hope to bring about her dream, a united world with dragons and humans living peacefully. Well, that wraps up my review of Dragonslayer. Looking back on it, it definitely has a few flaws and pacing issues, but in the end it has a great concept, nice plot, and deeply written characters. Thanks for watching. Next time I will be releasing a long-awaited follow-up to What If the Nightwings Were Extinct? So subscribe to see that. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.